Again, thank you everybody for joining us live from West Texas at our launch site 1. Our second human space flight crew has gone to space and back up over the Kármán line, just over 351,000 feet. We're awaiting Jeff Bezos, who is now opening the hatch.
Yes.
If you are just joining us here on CBC News Network, this is the crew of the Blue Origin New Shepard rocket coming out of that capsule as they make a safe landing back to Earth after a 10.5-minute ride up to space past the Kármán line, which is the international line defining the edge of space. And that is William Shatner, as I mentioned, 90 years old Canadian actor, Captain Kirk for decades on the USS Enterprise. Let's see if we can pick up what he's saying to
Some big
Jeff
hugs
Bezos.
from their loved ones.
That's what I thought. You have to work on it. It's so hard to describe.
You have to work on it because not only is it different than what you thought, it happens so quickly. You know what the impression I had that I never expected to have is you're shooting up.
Oh my God! Give me a champagne bottle. Come here. I want one. I want to hear this. Here. You want a little of this? Okay.
The champagne showers have begun. Smiles all around. William Shatner taking in the moment clearly.
What you have done. If everybody in the world needs to do this. Everybody in the world needs to see it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, you know, the little things of weightlessness. But to see the blue cover go whoop by, and now you're staring into blackness. That's the thing. The covering of blue, this sheet, this blanket, this comforter of blue that we have around us. We think, oh, that's blue sky. And then suddenly you shoot through it all of a sudden, as though you whip off a sheet off you when you're asleep, and you're looking into blackness, into black ugliness. And you look down, there's the blue down there, and the black up there, and it's just, there is Mother and Earth and comfort, and is there death? I don't know. Is that death? Is that the way death is? Whoop, and it's gone. Jeez. It was so moving to me. This experience has been something unbelievable. You see, yeah, you know, weightless, my stomach went up, and I thought, God, this is so weird. But not as weird as the covering of blue. This is what I never expected. Oh, it's one thing to say, oh, the sky and the thing and the fragile thing. It's all true. But what isn't true, what is unknown until you do it, is there's this pillow, there's this soft blue. Look at the beauty of that color. And it's so thin. And you're through it in an instant. It's what how thick is it? We know.
I mean, the atmosphere.
Is it a mile? 2 miles?
I mean, it depends on how you measure because it thins out, but maybe 50 miles.
But you're going 2,000 miles an hour. So you're through 50 miles whatever the mathematics
Fast.
was.
Yeah, really
You know,
fast.
it's like a beat, and suddenly you're through the blue. And you're into black. And you're into, you know, it's mysterious and galaxies and things. But what you see is black. And what you see down there is light. And that's the difference. And not to have this, you have done something. I mean, whatever those other guys are doing, what isn't, I don't know about that. What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I'm so filled with emotion about what just happened. It's extraordinary, extraordinary. I hope I never recover from this. I hope that I can maintain what I feel now. I don't want to lose it. It's so much larger than me and life. And it hasn't got anything to do with the little green planet, the blue orb, it hasn't got anything to do with that. It has to do with the enormity and the quickness and the suddenness of life and death. Oh my God. It's something.
It's so beautiful.
Beautiful, yes, beautiful in its way, but...
No, I mean your words.
Oh, my words.
It's just amazing.
I don't know. I can't even begin to express what I would love to do is to communicate as much as possible the jeopardy, the moment you see how the vulnerability of everything. It's so small. This air, which is keeping us alive, is thinner than your skin. It's a sliver. It's immeasurably small when you think in terms of the universe. It's negligible. This air. Mars doesn't have it. Nothing. I mean, and when you think of way carbon dioxide changed to oxygen, and what is it, 20%? And suddenly that level that sustains our life. It's so thin. To dirty it. I mean, that's another whole
And you shoot
subject.
through, what you were saying about shooting through it so fast.
So quickly, 50 miles.
Then you're just in blackness.
You're in death.
Yeah.
The moment
This is life.
This is life, and that's death. And it's in an instant, you go, wow, that's death. That's what I saw.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And wow.
I am overwhelmed. I had no idea. You know, we were talking earlier before going, well, you know, it's going to be different. Yeah, it's going to, and you have whatever that phrase is you have, that you have a different view of things. It doesn't begin to explain, to describe what for me. I mean, everybody's going to, but. And this is now the commercial. Everybody, it would be so important for everybody to have that experience through one means or another. I mean, maybe you could put it on 3D and wear the goggles and have that experience. I mean, that certainly is a technical possibility. But what you need also, we're lying there and I'm thinking, listen. One delay after another delay, we're lying there. And I think, how do I feel? And I'm thinking, I'm a little jittery here. And when they move the pins, oh, there's something in the engine. They found an anomaly in the engine. They found an anomaly in the engine. We're going to hold a little longer. Oh, you're going to hold a little longer. And I feel this, the stomach, the biome inside. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking I'm a little nervous here. Another delay, I'm a little more nervous. And then the thing starts. By the way, the simulation they have to be warned. It's only a simulation. Everything else is much more powerful. Doesn't capture the and besides which, the jeopardy. Bang! This thing hits. You go, that wasn't anything like the simulation.
The G-force.
The G-force. And just tell me, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to be able to survive the G-force? You feel that? Am I going to survive it?
Yeah.
And then I think, good Lord, just getting up the bloody gantry was another. Oh my God, what an experience! What? Nothing.
It looked like you had a moment of camaraderie with your.
Oh, we all hugged
crewmates
each
up
other.
there and-
You share. It's like being in battle together, really. And there is this bonding of being in battle, but you're also embattled inside yourself. Oh my goodness! Wow, I have had an experience.
We're gonna pin you guys now. Woo!
Okay. All right. Bill.
Welcome inside the CBC newsroom as we continue to watch what is unfolding in the desert of Texas. This is the Blue Origin New Shepard capsule that has just landed safely with its 4 astronauts aboard, one of them being Canadian actor, iconic Captain Kirk, real name William Shatner. He is 90 years old and he has broken a record. Not only has he broken into space, but he has broken the record as the oldest man to go into space at 90 years old. And what we were listening to there live, you can see Jeff Bezos on the left of your screen. It's his company, Blue Origin. He was one of the first to go up in the manned ship this past summer. This is the second journey for this rocket and capsule. So these 4 astronauts, newly minted astronauts, landed safely. And one of the things we heard William Shatner say in a very emotional response as he was talking with Jeff Bezos is he was thanking him for what Shatner called the most profound experience I could have. That's what he said to him, with tears in his voice sort of, cracking with emotion, and now being pinned by Jeff Bezos for that trip into space. Was it days? Was it hours? No, it was about 10.5 minutes. It's about the time it takes to make a hard-boiled egg. They were up and down. They had 3 minutes of weightlessness. They had the oohs and the ahs of looking back at Earth, and then landed with a thunk and a thud and a cloud of dust safely with those parachutes attached to the capsule. One of the other things that William Shatner was saying, and this was, I thought, very profound, he said that it was so moving that first, they were whipping up in the rocket and they were in blue, and then they cut through that into the blackness, and he asked the question, is that what death is? That lifting of the sheet very quickly. And he also said that, everybody in the world needs to do this, needs to see it. And I'm sure there are many people who would like to do it. It is very, very expensive. I mean, these are billionaires we're talking about. There were 2 customers on board there, as well as the VP of missions for Blue Origin, and then the 4th being William Shatner. But it did happen very quickly. The astronaut that we've got on standby is Dave Williams. He's a Canadian astronaut. You know him. He's been up on 2 different missions, shuttle missions, and he was up not for minutes, but for, he was on the International Space Station. It was months, it was weeks. You can add it all up. He did 3 spacewalks as well. I know you're sitting there listening to me. 17 hours and 47 minutes, Dave, in your spacewalk time in those 3 walks you did at the International Space Station. So not 11 minutes. But the feeling must be the same for these guys. As you watched it land, what were you thinking?
I was absolutely thrilled. Bill captured very eloquently the experience, the planetary perspective we see from space, looking out at that black, hostile, infinite void of space, and looking back at the beautiful beauty of our own planet, the life-giving properties of our planet. He captured it really, really well.
And that's why he said everybody should be able to do this. Take that trip up to space and look back at the beautiful planet that we have. I wonder, obviously, it's not something that's going to happen, not in my lifetime, but it must give you that different perspective of this planet we call home.
It does. The IMAX space movies are phenomenal. Tony Myers did an absolutely incredible job in putting those films together. If I were to go and watch one like the Hubble Space Telescope IMAX movie, if you watch it in 3D in an IMAX theater, It's probably 80% of what it's like being in space. Of course, being there for real, you get that additional experience, but just simply being able to see the unique views of our planet from such a perspective, it's something that we can all experience here on Earth by going through these experiences in a theater or in a virtual reality environment.
Yes, I've seen that, the IMAX version of our planet, and you're right, you come away with this sense of incredible awe, because not only are the pictures amazing, but just the whole sense of being immersed in that in the 3D. You're right, it's a visual treat. One of the things William Shatner said as he landed and he was talking to Jeff Bezos, and again, I say he got very emotional about this. He said, "I hope I never recover from this." And there were tears in his voice. It is an emotional thing, isn't it? I mean, it was only 11 minutes, less than 11 minutes, Dave, but there is so much emotion in this.
There's no question. The whole experience is very emotional. Looking at the Earth from that perspective is something that will change anyone for the rest of their lives. Having that unique opportunity to reflect on their own life in the context of cosmic time, reflect on the beauty of our planet and the future for our planet. But the message is one of hope and collaboration. By working together, we can find solutions to help us here on Earth go forward and meet the challenges that we're experiencing right now, and to be able to embrace new opportunities for the future.
Would you go back up? I mean, you've kind of been there, done that. You've done 2 shuttle missions. You've done spacewalks. Would you?
Oh, I would love to be able to go back and fly again. I think it's about sharing the experiences and having more people be able to achieve their dream of getting to space. But certainly if I was offered a ride, I would definitely say yes.
One of the things that these companies are hoping to do is to bring that space flight, which used to be for those who spent decades in school learning physics and all the other science and being, part of an elite group of very intelligent people who become astronauts, and we're all very proud of you. But this sort of opens up the field, doesn't it?
Oh, there's no question. Today, I'm the CEO of a biomedical tech startup company called Leap Biosystems, and working with the other founders who were all finalists in the last Canadian astronaut selection process, we're developing virtual augmented reality medical solutions for healthcare everywhere. Whether it's in space or remote parts of our planet, we can deliver high-quality healthcare using new innovative technologies. This is a time of economic growth and opportunity. The global space economy, $350 billion economy, and I'd love to see Canada grow our portion of that to 10% of the global space economy. It's new jobs in a post-COVID world, and it's very exciting to see it happening.
And you know what? These are all things that we are getting closer to every day with advances not only in travel, space travel, but also in science. I want to ask you about I don't know if environmentally friendly is a way to put it, but these are reusable. We watched that booster, the rocket, go up, Dave, and they counted down that T-minus whatever, and then boom, there was liftoff. And then, I don't know, was it about 5 or 6 minutes, maybe 7 minutes later, 6 minutes, we saw that booster actually come back down to Earth. It seemed in a very controlled manner. Is that reusable?
It's absolutely incredible. Every time I see that, I think it's absolutely amazing. And as we go forward and look at the future of space exploration, as we go forward, look at the future of commercial air travel, looking for environmentally friendly solutions, developing new technologies is something that's going to help us. I'm actually working on a book right now about how the technologies we use for sustainability in space can be used for sustainability on Earth. So there's direct transfer of all this incredible research and development.
And we watched the capsule come down with those parachutes. You mentioned beforehand when I was asking you about the landing, they'll know when it lands. And there seemed to be a big cloud of dust that came up. There was a thunk, but then they sent the message to Mission Control that they were all safe. My final question to you, Dave, and I'm so thankful that you've been joining me because I love your stories. I think you're, the inspiration that you bring to this, the knowledge that you have that you share with us, it's just you do it willingly, and I really like that about you. But when they came out, what would be your message to those 4 newly minted astronauts?
I would simply say it's an honor to have you part of the group of humans that have had a chance to leave the planet and develop that planetary perspective. It will stay with you forever, and you have a tremendous opportunity to share that experience with others. And by sharing that experience, hopefully more people will understand how important it is for all of us to take care of our planet, to take care of the future.
A pleasure talking with you, and you be well, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Former Canadian astronaut Dave Williams, we reached him in Oakville, Ontario.